Hello, friends of crypto price charts, technical analysis, pirates, friends of Komodo platform, all that good stuff, and everyone else who happens on by. Hello, my name is E. Giuliano. It is 10th of September. The week is nearing a close. Quite the dump week. Let us quickly take a look at the price charts. I have some ideas about the pirate chain price chart that I'd like to look at, but firstly, I need to share the screen. So why don't you like the video? Appreciate any comments you want to share, any requests you want to make, or anything else that you have feedback-wise. All right, so actually, we've got the BTC trajectory leading everyone. So in the short term, that's down. And here we go on the daily price chart into the cloud below the 200-day moving average. So let's say, okay, where could this go? We're going to take fib-based extension from the beginning of that wave down to where it stopped and now where it's starting again. And we'll zoom in. So a really bad correction, roughly, because of, as you can see here, it's not quite exact. And again, this is closing prices. Therefore, we could have different things like this, where we're really using a wick. So if you want to play the wick game, all right, if you want to play the wick game here on the BTC, then you're looking at a 1-to-1 correction at 37,000. So wait, where are we going here? That would be, wait, let me just make sure that I'm not messing with you here. We go down to the wick and we come back up to start. There we go. Yeah, about 38. Okay, so let's say you get the 38 with the wick. Okay. That would be a 1-to-1. A real bad one would be a 1618 down to the 33. So here's the 38 level. It's confluencing with this previous level of support here and all of that action back there. That's with the wick, and we'll take that into consideration. We'll also just take a look actually and say, all right, if we are showing strength and it's not going to be a 1-to-1, although this is such a strong candle downward, that why can't it be? But even let's say 61.8 to 78.6 is around the 40 to 41.5 thousand dollar range. So we're looking again at this level of support here from previous, which was these resistance levels here to hold. So that's the idea for the BTC. That would be basically what we're looking for right now. If we want to just take closing prices on the daily and just go from here, we are looking at roughly, let's say, yeah, the 1-to-1 is around closing around the 40K. So I could definitely see getting into the 39, 38 level and closing at 40 or just above, and that being the turnaround. It doesn't mean it's going immediately past the 53 level, but it does mean that maybe the dump and the low is in for this correction and then moving forward. So let's look for that 1-to-1 on this closing level, and then we'll see what kind of wick action we get intraday. That's the daily price chart. All right, so I think we're going to leave it at that for now. Let's just move over to that pirate chain thought. Thinking about the pirate chain, the thinking about the pirate chain is this. Okay. Here we are. Pirate chain has been chugging along our BTC all this time. It's had some pumps and then some, some impulses and retracements or corrections, let's call it, until finally that one time where there was the massive pump, your massive impulse, let's call it again, sorry. I've gone top to bottom here, but I'm just trying to look at the time. So what here is, this is about the time. So, but just for fun, we'll go the other direction, just as a reminder that around here to the closing bars of the day, this is a daily price chart for R using the CoinEx exchange, was about 5,000%. And here is the top of the really trading level there, about 7,000%, okay? But anyway, the point that I'm looking at here is how long is roughly this correction, the A, B, C. The ABC is the counter trend correction. Trend is the impulse. The ABC is the counter trend correction, which lasted roughly 88 or 90 bars. Okay, let's say days, right? So 3 months, let's say. Now I'm looking at this action here because clearly we're still in a correction. We're not in an impulse, but we're not in the same downtrending or counter trending correction. We are neutral in a sideways movement. So that, to my mind, means we are in an accumulation part of the correction, or it's a redistribution. You know, here's distribution. Maybe you can argue some redistribution here, but then here is either going to be redistribution where we continue further down, or it is some form of reaccumulation, I guess, because we are not really far back down at the where we came from before this impulse. And so maybe it's a reaccumulation at a next level of value for the future. So that's the idea that I'm working with here. And so if we were to trace out about, oh, this says 88, but that's because that's why. All right, I'll show you what's going on here. We don't want to start the bars all the way back here. We want to start where the correction starts. So let's just call it here. Yeah, so it's 80 bar, 79. Yeah, right. So it's like 80 bars, right? So 80 bars. This for after the ABC of this zigzag correction, we have another 80 bars takes us roughly to the end of September. So hey, we might have 2 more weeks of some, or even like 1 more week of something unclear, or it might just be the rest of this week unclear. Because, okay, so you have that idea, right? So now we are here, 10th of September. And so then around the end of that 80 days is basically end of September. Cool, huh? All right, that's what I think. It's cool. All right, now the next thing is 2 ideas here. One is we have this uptrend going on this, here, let me just point this in here. So this whole thing here would be the sideways accumulation potential, right? You see that we have the ABC carved out there. This locally here, we have an uptrend, okay? So we are still within that uptrending line, although we are coming down to it. And I wanna recognize that we are, we are also confluencing with support at the 20-day moving average. So that's interesting, although the 200-day is above. So we're in still some choppy, unknown territory right now, especially after having failed twice at the upper end of the Bollinger Band. So there's a likelihood of at least coming down towards the lower end, below the 20 average. And also, so then but we did break this downtrending line on a bigger local level here, where we had the downtrend here and broke it to the upside and found even some support around that. All right, so doesn't mean we can't break down further, and maybe it'll be over time. And at that level, we are at around here, okay, which is itself an important level because it would be in some form of accumulation pattern, would be a type of spring, or well, the spring would be this part of it, and then we would be coming back down to test that spring before then trying to move higher to the levels where we previously tested after, coming down, and you have some sort of rally, and then maybe you come down and you get to a low, and then you spring. And this is an important spring, I'm guessing, because of the break of this downtrend. Oops, sorry for that. I need to get out my ruler. So we broke this downtrend there, right? And because of that, that seems to be an important spring. And then we come back down, test that. Okay, maybe that's where it needs to go. Or this could be a very bullish test of this spring here, or I don't want to call that a spring. This is the spring. Well, maybe the whole thing is a spring, like you get the spring from the momentum from coming down and boing, it's type of a spring, right? Whatever. This is just vernacular, and I'm an amateur, so none of this is financial advice. It's just we're making observations here, and it looks like we are in a sideways accumulation. So also nothing to fear. If you have bought up here, this is just an accumulation zone. Hopefully you can get some down here, wherever, you know, and that way you're averaging. But again, that's basic idea. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, we were just like checking out Wyckoff accumulations just for fun. And you can see you have their move down. Okay, this would have been part of the C. Then you have some sort of automatic rally. And then maybe you get like a second test down here before continuing that rally or testing these types of levels, which are a bit higher. And then boom, you come back down. Here it shows a double move here where you come back down to a new low. You make your way up, retest, and then come back down for the spring, which is your next move. So if that's the case, we haven't quite made then the actual spring. And the spring itself, does it have to be lower? Possibly, but not necessarily. And is there only one accumulation schematic? No. Therefore, this in itself could already be completing here, where we are near that end of September timeframe, and it is just going to make whatever it needs to make, and then it's going to go to the higher levels, chill here to get that final testing and how do you say, gassing of the engines, and then boom, you're gone. That would be the idea. So that's what I'm looking at here. If that fails, then we'll know that because it goes down here and then it breaks down even further, and it never kind of finds any way back up here in a decent amount of time. So because we are trying to use the timing, and I don't think that the accumulation needs to be that much long. Well, it's crypto. This is the case. I get it. In crypto, you know, you get the down movements and then you get those really long sideways flattenings, or ever so slow downward trendings, which look flat, but you're just perpetually just going nowhere. So maybe it needs to be 1.618, you know, like it has to be maybe an extra type of length, but maybe with pirate chain being bullish, that would mean it could be an equal length, like a 1+1, you know, like even moves. Anyway, we'll see. That's basically the idea. That's what I wanted to share. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed that type of idea. So that's where we are with that. If we are, let's just zoom one more time into ZR BTC. So again, you know, whatever is happening with BTC will obviously affect everything else. However, you know, pirate chain is looking like it's in some sort of accumulatory phase. So let's add some of those horizontal lines. So we'll go here, bang, and let's make you the bright colors. So we'll go there, and then we'll take you right here. You see what I'm doing? Why I'm doing it? I'm looking at like this level here, okay? Bang, so you have that. And then on the lower end, we have this level here, bang, which is basically that sucker. And we have this level here, bang. I guess that would be the case. The other option is to throw it like this, which is probably what I'd rather do. I think that's what I'd rather do. I think it feels like it looks like that. But then again, this action right here, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, that might be it. Something like that, right? Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. And so that would mean potential to come back down to this lower 5,000 Satoshi level. So go for it, hit it up. That's the idea. If it doesn't fill your order, then that's fine too, right? But that's an idea. And then you know that if it doesn't fill your order and we're back up in this level and we are looking bullish, then you can imagine we are going to, you know, maybe a 10,000 Satoshi level at least, if not higher. But again, this is our BTC. So if this is in case actually if this is actually a redistribution and we come down here and we go up here and then we're boom like that, then that's what that would be. Okay. That's what that would be, and that would be a redistribution type of pattern, I guess. Okay, so there we have it. Let's just keep it like that for now. Our BTC, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to move over to RUSDT because I think that also helps to give us clues in the sense that, you know, overall, it looks like we are still within. Oh, by the way, you know, if you look at the lagging indicators on the other chart there, you'll see that it does have some potential negative momentum over the next few days. Yeah, so here we are. Let's zoom in. We're still within the channel, right? So things are pretty much on track. I'm excited to be here with you. We have finally made it into this channel. I remember trying this channel a while back. Let's see here. What is the, oh yeah, because we're trying to go with the wicks or something like that. But maybe it was just moved a bit. Either way, I'm just happy to be here. We're finally back into this channel and it's playing out. It's playing out well. So we still have time. Here's the end of September right here on the vertical line. Okay, so let's see what happens. If we are in the similar situation on the RUSDT pair and we had our downtrend, you know, type of A, B, C, right? It's green you up. So we had our ABC zigzag type of move, and now maybe we are in some sort of reaccumulation phase, but maybe because Pirate Chain is on, has a stronger market on the demand side, let's say, rather than the sell side, then it's maybe a bit of an uptrending reaccumulation phase. You know what I'm saying? Let's and I imagine that that's possible because, you know, there is strength here, unless, again, this is going to be a longer one. If it's going to be a longer one that kind of comprises this zone here, all right, oops. If it's a longer one that comprises this zone here, and, you know, the price is just making its automatic rallies, and then it's coming here and hasn't even come back down here, where then it goes down, and then we can come up here before going higher. That's fine too, I guess, but we are, let's see, because here's the thing, I must say, this is the 0 to 2 trend line. Yeah, so with this 0 to 2 trend line, it'd be nice to hold it here, but I guess it's not guaranteed. So that's basically the idea. It could be a longer term sideways situation. Okay. Yeah, so those are the couple of thoughts to think about. It is on these daily charts, they show you that days move slowly one at a time, and the shape doesn't really show all the way right away, but we're trying our best to figure it out. And yeah, you know, $2 levels, you might as well try. If it's coming back down here, these are a high dollar, $1.75, $1.80, $1.90. You might even, yeah, might throw some down around the $2 level, 220 to 225, go for it, whatever. You know, it's not impossible. However, I do like the uptrending nature of this move, and I do see it as I do see it as a bit of a channel. So let's just give you this color and this color. So I do see it as a bit of a channel. And if that is the case, see, this is where we want to take a couple of ideas. So if that's the case, and we can hold support at this channel, I mean, that would also kind of be holding support at the bigger upturn channel, but we can hold support at that channel. And then maybe we only make it up to the halfway point, and then, you know, whatever it is, whatever it looks like. But if we can hold and then finally break out of this channel to the upside, that would be ideal. That would definitely be ideal. Now, do we have to wait all the way until November in the RUSDT pair? I don't know, but the basic point that I'm trying to make is, if this type of uptrending channel is going to hold, we would need to see it holding very soon, very, very soon. And then we can expect a move to, you know, $3, $3.50, and maybe even towards the 4 420, whatever. Okay, that's the idea, and that would confluence with these levels of resistance. Okay, cool. I think that's it. Whew, my brain is hurting now. So in that case, you know, just a reminder, staying hydrated, very important for health. Staying hydrated, moving around, and you know what, community, healthy community, healthy relationships and interactions are so important for overall health and wellness. So I'm wishing you all the best in all those pursuits, and of course getting all the good rest that you can afford. Yes, indeed. Sleep well. Until next time, I think I'm going to stop here. I'm not really going to look at the KMD charts for this video. Wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Until next time, goodbye.